The sense of welcoming internally, you settle, connecting, establishing, recollecting, in touch with the experience here now, this time, this place, this stillness, this silence, this knowing, this allowing, this welcoming. And gathering of the energy in this moment, and gathering of the sensitivity, this place, with the knowing and the gift of this knowing as experience, as life is received and released. As this notch, giving ourselves 15 minutes or so to reconnect with the well-wishing intention, understanding, knowing directly, direct experience before thought, before explaining, this knowing, this particular time, this particular place, knowing in this stillness, experience received, released, welcomed, and released. This knowing, here, now, this life, here, now, a breath, a breath, the whole of it, received and released. And this knowing, this ordinary knowing without hope or expectation, without fear or regret, without worry or anticipation, without complication, this knowing, this knowing known, this gift of life, this gift of sensitivity received, this experience released. This now, this here, this time, this place. It's gathered, collected energy, knowing, known, and breath, released, life received, a gift, known, and given. Freedom from hope, fear, regret, worry, remorse, expectation. in this knowing. Freedom, known, experienced, this time, this place, this here, this now. A delight in this solitude. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. Who, who, inquiry, who, what response, your name, what's your name? One of the first things that we are told is your name is. Your name is, my name is. Who are you? Who am I? Who am I without a name? Who am I that has all this? And what does that who do? You've probably heard Rinpoche Sumedho talk about using that question, who? And it's a very, very powerful meditation for some people, some of the time. It's, when I've used it, I've just let the space after who just be. And using it morning, noon, night, consistently as a spacer, as a wedge in the thinking. Who is thinking? And not, and even though I do it now, it just stops. Just noticing that. And because it's a habit that I've spent a few hundred hours doing, and finding very, very liberating, because I really recognize that any answer is just. That's why I do. I said, people say, "Well, where do you come from?" And I say, "Asia." They say, "You don't look as if you come from Asia." It's just, it's just a way of not holding this business tightly, this story, this taking personally all the story about this and that and me and I'm better, I'm worse. Who? Who's better? Who's worse? Who's the same as? Yes, conventionally speaking, we're all beings of brothers and sisters in old age, sickness, and death. That's where our equality lies. That's where a recognition of the stress of existence lies. Brothers and sisters in old age, sickness, and death. If you're a single child, then maybe brothers and sisters doesn't mean too much to you. If you're not, but you've grown up with people, I mean, these things, in the way that they say, we've all been mothers and fathers of everybody. But I don't like my mother and father, or I do love my mother and father, or my mother and father. We've all been mothers and fathers in the way the story goes. And does it help to know that? But who? Who? It has to, in asking the question, that it's not just a sound. In that, in picking it up as a meditation practice or as a exercise, it's not to just leave it as a sound, but to allow it to be that inquiry, and not to be satisfied. Because any sort of belief or assumption, I am somebody, I need to do something, I'm not sure if it's the right thing. Who? All the stories that we tell about my problems, my hopes, my fears, my desires. My stories, I shouldn't have them. Who shouldn't have them? Who? That really, as an exercise, it's an exercise. Exercise, effort. Who's even making the exercise? Who? And then anything. If you keep it going, just this is one meditation exercise. Like all the meditation exercises and practices that one does or goes to. Give it a good 3 months, 24 hours a day, as often as you can. Good few years, as often as you can. So that it's something that is every moment, it's that space, it's just opened for you, opened. So the knowing is known. But try just who? Before reply, before response, who? Self, others, ideas should be this way, they shouldn't be that way. Should do this. I get upset by that. Who? What am I supposed to do about this? Who? But I'm supposed to do something, I'm supposed to practice. Well, give me the answers. Who? It's not, intellectually, it's not so difficult to figure out. The more that one is stuck on one's idea of who one is, who's stuck? It's all right. It's all right. It's not that complicated. The whole complication business. spinning and the stories, conditioned stories, and painful beliefs, entanglement, and assumptions. Unquestioned. Don't know whether I can do it or not. Who? I don't know if it's right for me or not. Maybe it isn't, but who? Yeah, as I say, for different people, different things, but do if you want to do it. If you do have this idea that you may not be anybody without your name, or your story is the most important thing, your idea about what you should be doing with your life, it takes up so much of your mental energy. Way of not wasting that time. Not that one shouldn't do it, because who? But know that knowing. In a way, it's just who just stops and allow the space that doesn't have an answer, that one can know this story of time and space. This place, this time, this now, this here. Just this. And so the whole sense of questioning is cutting through there's a certain trust. This knowing unknown, knowing the edge of the known. The sense of all the stories that one can't go back into with any sense of conviction. The sense of a future that's just not convincing anymore. The sense of what is going on right now. In this knowing, who whatever stories, whatever narrative, all the opinions, the views, the ideas, Who? Me. Who? What is this? Ah, ridiculous. Don't need to do this. Yeah, fine. But who? It's not. It's not. You know, this whole thing about any of the meditation practices, if you don't actually do them, then you can have all sorts of opinions about them. Who? And it's not making any particular claim about that practice or this practice and who's doing it, who has done it, who will do it. And it's just you're stuck on the idea that you are somebody and that you need to do something, or that you're nobody and you don't need to do anything, or that you already understand, or that you don't understand, or that you'll never understand and you don't know what's happening and you want to be told, you want to be comforted, or you feel you don't need to be comforted. I already know about all of this. Who? Doesn't work for me. Yeah, and if so, it's only an offering. It's only an encouragement. This is this. But if you have any sort of worry about who you are, what you have to do, what you want to do, if you keep telling yourself stories about what would I be if these are somehow exhausting for you or tiring for you or in any way a problem, who? And if that's something that is accessible, the opening, is it scary to think you may be nobody? Is it scary? To recognize that it's all just this much in this moment, now and here, this time, this place. And who is it? And which is the bit that's you? Who? which is the bit that you think is me, which is the bit that hurts, which is the bit that's the stress and troubles. Who, with this story, which is it? What is it? And has all these stresses and troubles? Where do you find it? Who is it? Where is it? How is it? More particularly, who is it? Who is doing all the looking? Who is doing all the seeking? Who is doing the experiencing? Who is doing the hearing, the smelling, the tasting? Who's thinking? Who? Can you find? Who? Smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, complicating. Who has all these ideas? Who? Me. But who is me? Where is me? How is me? What is me? Who has all this? Who takes this personally, this experience? Who has all this judgment about better than, worse than, equal to, older than, younger than? Where and who and how and what? What is it that experiences this pain and confusion? What is this pain and confusion? What is this happening? What is this joy and delight? What is this? Who is it that experiences all of this? Who is it that has these plans? Who is it that has these ideas? What is it that is experiencing now and here? Who is it? I don't know, don't care. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't care? Whatever it takes. Well, it's really important that I do get an answer to this. Who? Who needs that answer? What is it that needs that answer? How is it that that answer is going to be received, and who's going to receive it? If you ask a question, who receives the answer? How is it received? What is it that receives it? Who? Does it really matter? Asking the question, who? And noticing the space and the silence and the knowing. Who? That question, that inquiry, that practice. It's the encouragement that I'd like to offer this evening, or this now, this time, this place, this here, this now. You. If there are questions, please type them in. I have some written down in front of me. How do I remember the content of a Dhamma talk? Who? Who wants to remember? This Dhamma talk should be reasonably easy. I find it still difficult after COVID. If people cough, I imagine all these bacteria floating around. What am I supposed to do? Who? Who should dwell in the silence? Who should dwell in the silence and cultivate awareness? What is the point of that practice? Who? Try it and see. Nick. Yeah, let's try it and see in the space. Yeah, allergies and habits and practices and wearing masks or not wearing masks and worrying about people coughing and coughing into their elbows. Part of life. And being sensitive to people's energies. Remember beings, all brothers and sisters in old age, sickness and death. It's the best way of people who beings are the owners of their karma, heirs to their karma. It gives a sense of upekkha. The 5 subjects for frequent recollection are good. I am of the nature to age, I have not gone beyond aging. I am the nature to sicken, I have not gone beyond sickness. I am the nature to die, I have not gone beyond dying. All that is mine, beloved and pleasing, will become otherwise, will become separated from me. I am the owner of my karma, heir to my karma, born of my karma, related to my karma, abide supported by my karma. Whatever karma I shall do for good or for ill, of that I will be the heir. Who? that those subjects for frequent recollection and the question, who's in all of this, allows a sense of upekkha about it all beings of the nature to age, sicken and die, all beings are the owners of their karma, born of their karma, related to their karma, abide supported by their karma. May all beings not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. Whatever goodness, may beings receive that. but on the goodness of others, and recognize whatever happens, they'll be according to their karma. Do what you can without defending yourself. If you empty your boat, then you won't get worried about people knocking into your boat because they won't be in the boat. And how to reserve the 5 khandhas in meditation and daily practice: form, feeling, perception, conception, and consciousness. Notice whether they are permanent or impermanent. Is that which is impermanent, is it suffering or not suffering? And if something is suffering and stressful, whether it is past, present, or future, gross or fine, is it really worth clinging on to? That's the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. It's what the first 5 disciples were enlightened through. And those questions are the questions that, what we take personally. So questioning the 5 khandhas, are they nitya or anicca? So what is nitya? Is it stressful or not stressful? And if it's not stressful, and if it's stressful, is it worth taking personally or not? Past, present, future, gross or fine, close or far away. Is it worth taking personally? The question in the 5, it's the questioning of the 5 khandhas. The Anatta Lakkhana Sutta is a series of questions, investigations. It's encouraging investigation. It's ehipasiko. It's inviting investigation. It's opanaiko, leading to a sense of peace, a sense of ease. You don't take it personally. You don't take the 5 khandhas personally. It's a sense of peace. How do you focus on the body and breath meditation without reinforcing the body or breath as self? You notice how out of control it is. Then you ask yourself, why do you think that there's anybody who should be in control? As Erich, how do we focus on body and breath? Everything has the same characteristic as the breath. The breath is interesting because you can't force it very much. You can't decide today you're only going to have in breaths and tomorrow you have the out breaths. It's out of control. And so, without reinforcing the body as self, the body is obviously out of control. Any sort of investigation of the body that shows that it's out of control. I don't feel that the breath is a body meditation. One of the ways of doing the body meditation is recognizing there's not a self in it, or doing the movement one is doing things like Tai Chi, or doing things that are movement meditation, posture meditations that are just take the self out of it. Good idea. So it's worthwhile. Those sorts of things for movement meditation. Body meditations are great for not taking this whole thing seriously. And so it's It's a vehicle. Try it in different ways. So it's actually supposed to be one of the things that real people, many of the Thai Ajahns really work on is the body meditation. Because you don't need anything very special about it. It's just breathing. There's posture. If you've got corpses to go and watch, that's fine. But I remember the first sort of corpse I really noticed was one floating in the river. I think it was an animal corpse I must have seen corpses before and insects and stuff, but a big mammal floating in the water. And then later, the first human corpse that I saw, that was much later still, because in the society that I grew up with, there was a lot of open cask coffins. And I wasn't in a war zone, so I didn't see a lot of dead people, and I didn't see them on the streets. I noticed where I was. I hadn't seen accidents. It was much later that I actually saw dead bodies. One of the ways of recognizing that is just noticing the difference between something that when it's attached to your body and when it's not attached to your body. Noticing the difference between the nail that's on your finger and the nail that you've clipped and the clipping that comes off it. When does it stop being you? When do the hairs in the shower stop being you? These sorts of questions. When do things stop being you? When do they become you? The question of when they become you is with the food, isn't it? And this is the question from the Mullapariyaya Sutta, the first sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, the one that goes on about taking things personally. The sense of something being for me, then being mine, and then being myself. And so there must be an I. Noticing that, and noticing around food. And the food is mine, and then the food, when does the food become me? And who is it that it's incorporated into? When does it stop being me? These sorts of questions around food. So those are a few of the questions answered or replied to in some way. I don't know whether they've been answered, but who's been receiving it anyway? I think almost any meditation, you can reinforce the sense of self if you're not careful. If you take it all so personally, think, well, I'm doing this, I have to get somewhere with it. You can take it. Or I have got somewhere with this. Spiritual materialism. I have to get something out of this. I'm putting so much into this. I have to get something out of this. I want to get my meditation practice to be profitable. I want a return on my investment. I want a return on my study. I want a return on my attention. My attention. Exhausting. Exhausting. Tiring. Stressful. Adding to a sense of separation, isolation, pain, sorrow, grief, lamentation, and despair, confusion. I want something out of this. I want to get somewhere. If I don't get this, I'm going to be so sad. If I just get this little bit, then I get so happy. I get so sad if I don't get it. Happy, sad, happy, sad. Stressful. Stressful. Thank you all.